Well, guys, Horikoshi did it. He actually did it. He's making me fall in love with My Hero Academia all over again. What's going on, you guys? Welcome on back to the channel. And yes, My Hero's final volume is officially coming out now all over the internet. And, bro, this is everything that I actually wanted to see, like from the ending. I didn't think I was going to see any of this. So the fact that I'm actually seeing this stuff like on the pages is insane to me, dog. I couldn't do when I saw all this stuff coming out, I couldn't believe what I was saying. So, before we get to like the meat and potatoes of like the main stuff that's coming out, that's the stuff that focuses on Deku and Uraraka that everybody's talking about. I think we should talk about some of the few things in the chapter that I actually really resonated with a lot and I thought like was really good. So one thing that I really liked was that Bakugo at the end of the day got his card signed by All Might. That I thought was such a good thing for Bakugo as a character because it's something we never thought was going to happen. Right? That was one of like the one of the unanswered questions. Is Bakugo going to ever get his card signed by All Might? And like the fact that he got it signed, like it's one of the things that connects him to Izuku. Like he's always wanted to get that card signed by All Might, his hero, the person that inspired him to be who he is today. So the fact that he was able to get that signed is such a good full circle ending to his character. And like I literally just made a video talking about like how I was unsatisfied with Bakugo as a character, and I thought that My Hero Academia failed him. Well, lo and behold, we got this volume, and it pretty much did like surgery work for Bakugo as a character for me. Like I did not expect to see that, and it's honestly really nice. Now, another thing that happened in this chapter that I, as someone who has been following My Hero Academia in some way, shape, or form since the beginning, I love what Horikoshi did with Shoto. Like, this might be the best thing that he did with the chapter, and it's not getting talked about enough. Every time we see Shoto now in this final chapter, he's just smiling. He's just happy. And like Shoto is the character that you would expect like the least to be this happy and smiling this much. He comes from so much abuse and pain growing up in his life, and the fact that he was able to move forward from that and like make peace with his family and accept the fact that his brother is dead and accept that everything couldn't go back to the way it was, but instead he was able to forge a new path, move forward, and he's become the hero that he is today with just a smile on his face, similar to Bakugo. He's able to take the best things from All Might and apply it to himself. Like he's just happy. And like that's something I never thought I could say for Shoto. Like I never thought Shoto was going to be sure he had like flashes because as he said before, like the class is like what gives him like joy. But the fact that you are able to see him now truly like just live out loud happy, smile like this, like that's one of the most underappreciated things of the chapter. Just how happy Shoto is as a character now. And I, for one, like love that so much. And he's the number two hero. Like he's the number two hero right behind Mirko. If anybody deserves that more, it's him. Like Shoto was the GOAT. I fucking love Shoto. One of the best characters in this show. And like one of the only ones that I felt like didn't get ruined overall. But honestly now, after seeing this volume ending, like it pretty much fixed a lot of stuff that I had wrong with the ending. So I'm really happy about that. Next, another thing that I really, really liked about this final chapter, Deku states that he would have become a teacher even if he didn't lose One for All. I love that because for, I always thought with the chapter, like I didn't really like that everybody was saying that, oh, Deku just immediately switched up on being a teacher, just went to go be a hero with his friends and ditched all the kids. No, I never thought that because I always thought Deku wanted to be a teacher for a reason. And that reason now is clear. He wanted to be a teacher so that way he could pass down everything he learned from All Might to the kids of to the new future heroes because even though he can't pass down one for all anymore, he can pass down the teachings that he learned from All Might. I thought that that's such a beautiful way to go about it. Like, oh my god, man, it's just so peak. Like, I can't believe what I was reading, man. Like, Horikoshi really did like surgery work with this shit, man. Made it actually good. There's also like so many like little things too, where like Koda Shoji's sidekick, Sato is Wash's sidekick, which is something I didn't expect. Like that was weird. Like I don't know, man. I thought that was a little odd. Like I don't think anybody really had that on their bingo cards for how this was gonna play out. At least I know I didn't. That's for damn sure. But let's see. What else did I really like about this, man? Like, there's a lot that I really liked about this chapter. Oh, I also really liked how I guess now we're going now into like the meat and potatoes of the chapter. I loved what Horikoshi did with Toga. Bro, the fact that Toga is essentially like such a big presence in Uraraka's life still, even though she's like beyond the grave. And like Ochako is essentially like trying to live her life like how she would think like oh my how she thought or how she thought she would live it. I think that's actually kind of nice. Like she's living it how she thinks Toga would have lived it. I don't know, man. And then like she has a dream of Toga telling Uraraka something, and then she wakes up. Like I didn't think we were gonna see something like that. I didn't think Horikoshi was going to cook like that. Like that was something I thought was really cool. It's like the fact that Toga is such a big presence throughout the chapter, and like it culminates too in like it culminates in Deku running to Uraraka after the Class A reunion, and essentially we get to see like them confess their feelings to each other, and Toga is like the final push that Uraraka needs to get her to that moment. I thought that was like, dude, I just thought that was so nice. I thought that was such a good way to end it. Like like ending the series with the confirmation of the ship that everybody knew was a thing, but some people didn't want to believe it. Some people didn't think we were ever going to get the confirmation, but here we are. And honestly, that confirmation was really good. It felt like looking at these panels, dog. It felt like I was in like a romance anime for a second. Like the little bubbles that they have and just the way it's all framed, it makes you think you're in low key reading a romance manga. Horikoshi kind of cooked. I can't even lie. Horikoshi cooked there. And of course, honestly, my favorite moment, like to cap it all off, like Deku and all of them like rushing to the scene, trying to help people, and you get to see like Deku suit up in the suit. I thought it looked so fire. Like that's what I wanted to see, man. Like Deku actually suiting up in the suit. That's what I wanted, and it looks so clean. We don't get to see like what kind of like powers it has, at least from what I saw. I don't think we're able to see like what it can do in terms of like his skill set and all that. But the fact that we even get to see some of it at all is all I needed to know. And honestly, it makes me think that we could get a sequel someday down the line. I don't know if we will, but I think Hori is like trying to leave that door open, essentially. But and also one final thing, the art was amazing. The art is so good. Like Horikoshi freed from the shackles of Weekly Shonen Jump is quite possibly him at his best. I didn't think I was going to like, dude, the art is so good. Like Horikoshi's art has always been great in terms of My Hero, Like that's the one thing I will always give My Hero Academia. With as even though I have problems with the story and all that, and problems with the characters, like problems with All for One, Shigaraki, and all that, like the one thing I will never hate on My Hero for is the art. It's just so good. And honestly, like I think that's it. Oh, and then the volume closes like with a final shot of Shigaraki. Like it was honestly just nice. Like it was a really good way to end it, in my opinion. Just like close the volume and you see Shigaraki. His like, and it's like it opens with Deku looking at his footsteps, and it ends with Shigaraki waving as he goes to the afterlife. I thought that was nice. I can't even lie. I think Horikoshi cooked here, man. He really did. He really took what I thought was one of the worst endings, like in all of Shonen, and like elevated it to being one of the best. Now, I don't know if this will change the perception of the ending. I hope it does because, like, I didn't even say everything that's in this because I didn't want to go all day. All day. Like, I only just talked about the stuff that I really, really liked. Like, there's way more that's in here that I didn't even talk about. So the fact that there's even more that I loved that I didn't talk about shows that Horikoshi listened to feedback and like actually went back, did actual like work on this ending and made it really good. Like now I can confidently say this is up there now with the Demon Slayer ending in terms of new gen endings for shonen manga. Like this was honestly really good. Horikoshi cooked. That's all I can say. Horikoshi cooked, and it's honestly kind of sad. I'm rediscovering my love for MHA now with it being over officially. But I think that's gonna do it. Unless I get the urge to talk more about My Hero Academia and this ending and this volume, like some more, I might talk about this again in the future with more stuff that I liked. But overall, this was just like the main big points and the stuff with Uraka, Shoto, Bakugo, Deku. I wanted to pretty much like talk about like those main things, and I think I got my points across fairly well. But there's more that I left out that you guys just gotta go look at. It's honestly amazing. But let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about this final volume and this chapter and this overall this ending as a whole? Did you think that Horikoshi was able to fix it? Do you guys think it wasn't even? Do you guys think that it wasn't that good? Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Bye.